In this part, we are going to use dashdash and CrunchBase to enrich the information we have about these companies. So within your spreadsheet, you are going to click on View, and we're going to create a new one. So we are going to pull in the URLs from here. So this is B4. So in View 2, we'll have the column header URL, and we will have equals, and we are going to reference View 1. So you do apostrophe View 1 apostrophe semicolon B4. And now it has pulled in that URL. And if we pull this down, we get the other URLs that are listed in View 1. So now we're going to finish building out this spreadsheet. So we're going to leave B and C blank, and that will make sense in a little bit. So in D, we are going to do name, and then description, and state. So in B1, we are going to have a button that allows us to take an action on every row in our spreadsheet. So we'll just put the text in get all, and then B2 through 5, we'll just have get info. And now we are going to highlight all of these and go up here to this little checkbox and click on the arrow, and we are going to select button. So now it's made all of these cells into a button. And now in C, we are going to connect to CrunchBase to pull in information. In C2, we are going to use the get company detail CrunchBase function. And we want to run this on the URL or domain in the A column. So we are going to select TechCrunch and then do a closing parentheses. And so now when you click on this little icon, you can see all the data for TechCrunch. However, I need to connect this to our button. So I am going to edit this function to say if parentheses or parentheses B2 equals get info quotation mark, or if B1, and we are doing the dollar signs around B and 1 because we want this part of our formula to be absolute, equals get all quotation mark, and then do a closing parentheses and then comma. We want to then run get company detail of TechCrunch in A2. Otherwise, show press get info. So again, this is saying if someone presses get info, or if they press get all, then run get company detail from CrunchBase on the domain in A2. If that's not the case, and this comma is kind of like the what it's going to happen if that doesn't happen, then show in C, the column C, press get info. And now hit enter, and now you'll see it says press get info. So we'll just call this, and we'll call this column enrich company. So we'll take this down column, so make sure it updated. So now let's try this out. So I'm going to hit get info, and you'll see that our company object popped up here. Now, if we select this little gray icon, it gives you some options, or you can look at the data and you can see the results. And we have stuff like the name, when it was founded, status, a short description, and so on. And so we can start pulling the information we actually want when we press this button. But to do this, we need to create some formulas on D through F that grabs just that data. So we are going to go into column D and parse information. So to do this, we are going to do equals if error, and this essentially is going to leave the cell blank until we run this function. So if error parentheses parse parentheses, and we want to parse the data in C2, and then we are going to pull out the information we want. So to do this, I want to get the description. So when I click on this and go to all data and look at the results, I see the first element is organizations. And I want to get the short description. And notice how it's short description, one word with a capital D. So I'm going to say here to get the organizations on the 0 object here, and then the sub element short description, closing closing quotation marks, and then a closing parentheses, comma. This is going to be what tells the spreadsheet to leave it blank if we aren't running this function, and then do a closing parentheses and hit enter. Although I messed this up, it should have been name, not short description, so name. Cool. And now we'll do the same formula, so we can just copy and paste this here and change the sub element to short description. So it's referencing D2 instead of C2, so I'm going to fix this. And then we'll copy and paste this here, except we want this to be state, which in the data is region, and make sure that this is referencing C2. And now we can take this formula down, and nothing is showing up because we haven't pressed get info. So now I'll hit it again and it pulls in everything. And if I were running this for real, I would probably create some filters so that it wouldn't pull in like different countries, or I would account for that with how this is all formatted. So alternatively, you can select get all, and then it will run this function across the entire spreadsheet. So now let's say we want to get this list of companies into a CRM like HubSpot. I'm going to show you how to do that in the next part, so I'll see you there.